President Trump told Fox last night that Colombia's president did a total about-face after that tariff threat was clear. It was just a matter of hours before the Colombian president posted to social media that he was providing his presidential plane to bring back the deportees.
When Donald Trump left Los Angeles and he was flying back east, he took on another foe. And this time it wasn't just the city of Los Angeles or the red tape in the state of California. This time it was an entire foreign country. Here's how Fox News presented the story this morning.
New tariff in town. Play on words, obviously. Jackie Heinrich, senior White House correspondent now. Jackie.
Yeah, Harris, this could have been a very consequential trade war, but President Trump told Fox last night that Colombia's president did a total about-face after that tariff threat was clear, that it would be crushing. Here's what he was putting in motion. Emergency 25% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. In 1 week, those tariffs would raise to 50%. A travel ban and immediate visa revocation on Colombian government officials, all allies and supporters, visa sanctions on all party members, family members, and supporters of the Colombian government, enhanced customs and border protection inspections of all Colombian nationals and cargo on national security grounds, and IEEPA treasury, banking, and financial sanctions to be fully imposed. It was just a matter of hours before the Colombian president posted to social media that he was providing his presidential plane to bring back the deportees.
Unbelievable. And I do love that. I want to freeze on that last image there. I mean, who do you think's going to win this fight? Who do you think's going to prevail in this fight? Yeah, and that all happened within like a 12-hour window on Sunday yesterday. Here it is. This is the tweet on X, the everything app, from Gustavo Petro. Muchas gracias. As you can see, he said, Los EU no pueden tratar como de... Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not bilingual? Oh, well then, let me translate this for you. The U.S. cannot treat Colombian migrants as criminals. I deny the entry of American planes carrying Colombian migrants into our territory. The United States must establish a protocol for the dignified treatment of migrants before we receive them. You know, there's something very fascinating about a person who, let's face it, as Colombia goes, if you're not Pablo Escobar, you're the president of the United States. Those are pretty much the two pinnacle spots that you can have. You can be a giant cocaine murderous drug lord, or you could be the president of the United States. This guy chose, the latter path. Good for him. But he is astride that nation. He is the president. He is the leader of that country. And I've never understood this about Latin American leaders and Central American leaders, who spend all of their time and all of their energy and all of their effort and all of their diplomatic know-how to try to compel another country to keep their citizens, right? Think about it for a minute. You're the president of Colombia, and you're really upset that your citizens are being returned to you. You're really upset that another country isn't taking care of the people that you're supposed to take care of. Now, I'm naive, but I would think if I'm president of Colombia, my main focus and my main priority 24/7, every single day of the week and every single minute of every hour of every day would be to make life better in Colombia so the Colombians in Colombia are happy to stay in Colombia. But no, the only time we hear from these people is when they're screaming at us because we're not treating their citizens properly when they're illegally in our country. How pathetically humiliating must this be for this guy, this president, whose main priority is to make sure that another country takes care of the people that he is supposed to take care of? So he decides he's going to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump over this. Well, Bill Maloogian, who covers all things border and immigration for Fox News, has the breakdown. Now, this started at 1:27, as you can see. Per source with knowledge, Trump administration plans to retaliate against the Colombian president's decision to reject 2 deportation flights by closing the U.S. Embassy, Colombia's visa section tomorrow, where 1,500 appointments have been scheduled. I'm told additional retaliatory messages will be rolled out. All right, a little bit later. Breaking, Trump released a statement, announces more severe retaliatory moves against Colombia. 25% tariffs, travel ban, visa sanctions, enhanced CBP inspections, and financial sanctions. According to a senior administration official, where'd that quote go? This is a clear message we are sending that countries have an obligation to accept repatriation flights. Of course they do. Mnuchin then goes on to say, according to a source with knowledge, Trump's team is drafting final documents for the president's signature. You see how this is like the threat is escalating. So I'm sorry, you think he's bluffing? You think he's bluffing? Okay, well, they're drafting the documents now. And he's ready to signature all these sanctions against Colombia. Secretary of State Rubio already directed the cancellation of all visa appointments, retaliatory process moving at lightning speed, I'm told. And then, when was that? That was 2:35 p.m. And then at 3:07 p.m., 30 minutes later, we get an official letter from the president of Colombia. It appears the Colombian president may now be backing down. He is offering his own presidential plane to be used for the deportations that were rejected this morning, saying he wants a dignified return of Colombian citizens. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. So not only is he accepting his people back into his country, but he's paying for the flight and he's sending his own plane. So we don't have to send our planes down a second time. You want to know the best part of how this entire thing played out? It all happened. So you saw the timeline there. It's all happening on Sunday during the day, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30. I'm told that President Trump is up the ante. He's got more tariffs he's going to levy against Colombia unless they take their people back. Now they're drafting up the paperwork, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio has already ordered the cancellation, right? All of that is happening midday Eastern time on Sunday. So where was Trump on Sunday? Was he at the White House in the Oval Office, burning up the phone lines, handling all of this? Was he, maybe he was at Mar-a-Lago because it was the weekend, but he was in his office there and he had all these people bustling around. No, you want to know what Trump was doing? This is what Trump was doing. He was golfing.
We love you. We love you. We are your members.
Mr. Trump, a picture.
We love you.
Picture, Mr. Trump, picture.
A picture. I love you. We love you so much. Yay.
We won.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but those accents sounded distinctly Colombian to me. We love you. We love. So he's out there in the back nine playing golf with his buddies. And he's like, Mr. President, no word from Colombia yet. All right, raise the tariffs another 50% next week if we have to. And make sure that let Mnuchin know that we're drawing up the paperwork right now. Mr. President, we're golfing. Just let him know we're drawing up the paperwork. This is beautiful. That's what was going on in between shots on the golf course. Well, hey, tell him that we'll forget about the tariffs if he sends his own plane to get them. Right? This is how he negotiated it. Oh, and that part about Marco Rubio ordering all the visas to be canceled, or all the visa appointments canceled the next day. Oh, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is doing this and doing that. Where was Marco Rubio? He was also at Mar-a-Lago golfing. Well, or at least he was having a meal with the president after the golf game. Wow. There he is. That entire fight, that entire showdown, that diplomatic showdown between Colombia and the U.S. over their illegal immigrants, their citizens, and repatriation, and the threats of tariffs, and the threats of closing an embassy operations for visas, and on and on and on. It all took place while Trump and Marco Rubio were hanging out at the golf course. And then, of course, after he settled the international crisis and got his way, and the president backed down, appropriately and understandably, Donald Trump somehow figured out Grok and posted a picture of himself as, I guess, a Latin American. What is this supposed to be, do you think? Is he like a mobster, or is he like the FBI guy going, it's probably not FBI, going down to clean up the mess in South America? Either way, somebody taught Trump how to use Grok, and the world will never, ever be the same. Have we ever been more back? Ever been more back than we are right now? I can't wait to see how he's going to settle the war in Ukraine. increased tariffs on our trade partners, tax cuts, regulation changes. Learn why gold is a viable diversification tactic now more than ever. Birch Gold, the only gold company I endorse, is releasing their ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. To get your free copy along with Birch Gold's free information kit on gold, text my name, Larry, Larry, to the number 989898. Here are the facts, okay? The national debt continues to increase. Our interest payments on that national debt continue to increase. Gold is still your hedge against a weakened dollar. And Birch Gold, well, it's still the company I recommend to help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Did you get that? This is not new money that you have to like pay out of your pocket. This is money you already have sitting in an IRA or 401k. They're going to convert that money into gold. No brainer, right? Text Larry to 989898. Get your free copy of the ultimate guide for gold in the Trump era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, just information. Do that today. Thank you.